Welcome to the dynamic learning hub of XLR at Andheri East. A prime spot conveniently located at just a 5-minute walk from LIC Andheri Metro. In our journey of over a decade, we have proudly trained over 2 lakh students. We have also been recognized by Deloitte, Silicon India, and other accreditation bodies. Experience learning like never before in our spacious and comfortable classrooms. With high-definition projectors and state-of-the-art acoustics in place, we ensure effective learning even to the farthest point in the room. The hybrid mode is a game changer as you can enjoy the benefits of a live classroom from the comfort of your home. Even if you happen to miss any classroom session, you can still attend the same session with the same trainer at the same time at your convenience, maintaining consistency in your learning progress. Want to get started? Join us for a demo or career chat over a cup of coffee at our Andheri branch. XLR. We don't just train, we build careers.
Yes, so the collaboration with XLR was an excellent one. We conducted a Power BI workshop with Advanced Excel over a span of 3 days. The workshop was almost 12 hours long in total. Mr. Karthik, who was an amazing trainer, helped the students understand the concepts deeply. I am sure that the students will be able to apply these concepts in their careers as well as their daily lives.
The trainer, Mr. Karthik, was an excellent person where he explained in very detailed manner on how to give great insights using very complex data sets.
So it was a machine learning workshop. We learned a lot from the course and it was a great experience attending the workshop.
The trainer was very helpful. He had a hands-on approach with his teaching and it was fabulous.
This was a great experience for me. So I would absolutely love it if XLR and its team would come again to our campus and conduct more events like this.
It was a great course and it started from basics and took me to a great extent.
The experience of the workshop was really nice. The feedback from all the students was positive. They understood the concept. The workshop was also practical based with some questions. The experience with XLR was very smooth. They helped us in conducting the workshop smoothly right from the booking of the vendor and deciding the course till the distribution of certificates. In overall, this workshop was a success during our Technical Fest Atmos, and I thank XLR for being a part of it.
very much interested in learning digital marketing course for a very long period of time, but I don't get a proper platform. So later from our college, I get to know about XLR and I enrolled in XLR course. It was really good experience. Our course has been taken by Mayur sir, and he was very good teacher. He not only focusing on theory part, he is doing how real digital marketing works, and it was in total very good experience. I get so much of knowledge. Here they not only focusing on study, they are also conducting different exam to test our knowledge, and as we are giving the exam, so to appreciate our work, they give certificates for the toppers, and along with the certificate they give hampers. Thank you, XLR.
Recently, I was searching for digital marketing courses online in Google, and I came across XLR, and I attended a digital marketing course which was for 15 days. My mentor Mayur helped me for attending these classes. So he is a very informative and helpful guy. In the course end, there is a exam which I topped. So I came to the XLR office in Bengaluru. This digital marketing course has helped my career and my skills to develop, and the certificate has helped my company to join. Thank you, XLR.
I came to know about this course from my college. Actually, for learning platform, this is very nice, and I learned from here ChatGPT and AI from online. Because is teaching for me for AI generative and ChatGPT. We are using this technology in more. And after finishing the courses, I came from for collecting the certificate. I seen the classrooms and faculties. Classroom is very nice. After the completion of exam, they will give gift and certificates. Thank you, XLR, for giving these courses. I learned a lot of from this. I gained the more knowledge from here, and thank you for XLR for teaching us.
Good afternoon, dear faculty members. I hope you all doing well. Okay, we will start the session for the day. Prashant sir, good afternoon. I hope my voice is audible. Prashant sir, is I'm audible?
Yes, Ishmita. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Am I audible?
Yeah, yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Ishmita.
Yeah, you can start the session.
Okay. Sure. Thank you. Hi, everyone. Excuse me. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. Hope all of you are doing great. Welcome back once again, everyone, to the today's session. So let us go ahead and get started. So as you all know, like today we are going to focus on creating an AI agent without using any coding. Okay, we'll not be using any code. and then we will be able to go ahead and can create our own AI agents. That's the core concept what we are going to learn today. Yesterday already we have learned how to create a goal-based agent and the learning-based agent. Those are the two agents which we already have completed it successfully as part of our yesterday's discussion. So today I'm going to take you all through creating an agent without using any coding. It's a no coding AI agent which we are going to create using the Google Dialogflow. Okay, that's the core concept what we are going to target as part of our today's session. So we'll go ahead and get started in a couple of minutes, and then I'll be able to share my screen and we all can be able to proceed further, everyone. So give me 2 minutes. Let me share my screen quickly. Okay. So let us go ahead and can get started. Okay, so let's go ahead and then we will be able to go ahead and we can just try to do a lot of different things. So let me go ahead and get started. So, okay. So let us move ahead further with all the details. Like as I said you, right? Like what is the key thing which we all have to here consider in this scenario is, so yesterday we already discussed about how we can be able to go ahead and create a, let's say, goal-based agent, which you all were being able to develop it on practically. So goal-based agent, we completed it, and then later we moved on to the, let's say, learning agent. Right? These are the two things which we were being able to go ahead and develop it successfully, right? So that's one quick thing I just want to let you know, like where we completed our goal-based agent and then the learning agent. These are the two things which we were being able to go ahead and complete it successfully. And now, what is that we are going to do here is like we will try to understand how the agents basically communicate. Like when we have the AI agents, right? So they play a very important role in the communication. So how the agents play a very important role in communication, we'll understand them theoretically. And then after which we will move on to the hands-on activity by creating a AI agent without using any coding. Okay, like yesterday we have developed using Python coding, right? All the three agents, reactive, learning, goal-based agent. So now with no code AI agent is what we will be targeting. Okay, but before that, let's understand what exactly here is a agent communication. Okay, and then we will gradually be able to proceed further. So let's say, so now you see that this is what we are going to target. For agent communication, right? APIs plays a very important role. Okay, API, or you can say even the webhook. Okay, we'll discuss now both of them in a detailed way. That's not a problem. So we'll go ahead and we'll try to understand them in a very clear manner so that it can be useful and it is going to be very much beneficial for all of us again at the end of the day. So that's the main thing what we are going to target. So whenever you want to make your agents communicate, right? So API and webhook really play a very important role over here. So let's understand first of all, I know most of you may be already aware about API, but some of you may not have a clarity that what is an API, how it is going to work. Okay, let's just give you a clarity on API, and then probably we can go and then dig deep into the topic. Okay, so now let's talk about an API here. Okay, API means what? First of all, the full form of the API here is, that's your application programming interface, right? We here call this as the application programming interface, API. So basically API, right? It's a set of rules, or it's a way for different software applications in order to talk to each other. Let's say today you, me, we're all able to communicate or understand the concepts. How? It is because of internet. Imagine for a minute, if there is no internet, will we be able to communicate? Right? No, we cannot be able to do that. Correct? So the same thing here also is applicable. Let's say whenever you mention that it is an API, right? Application programming interface is also in the more or less in the same pattern. It is a set of rules, okay, where it is going to guide us in an appropriate way. Let's say API will always be beneficial for us in the form of the set of rules, where these set of rules will be very much helpful for us for all the different software applications which are there, right? So all the different software applications which are there. So these software applications are actually going to talk to each other. So they cannot be able to go ahead, right? So they cannot be able to go ahead and talk to each other, provided if they have the API. Let's say you have two applications, one is Swiggy and one is Zomato. If you want to both of them to communicate, right, it is not possible. If you really want to connect and communicate to them, you need an API. Imagine if you would have like used Uber or Ola, right? You remember when they start the ride, right? Immediately when they start the ride, a Google map will come up and then it will show the direction where you want to go as a destination. How this is happening now? Google Maps Google itself is a separate company. Uber or Ola itself is a separate company, but they are all interacting with the Google Maps. So it is all through API. In the software world, everything is run through API. If you have that API, you can connect with that application and can fetch or retrieve whatever information you actually want. Okay. So basically, API is all about a set of rules, or it's a way for all your different software applications to talk to each other. So in the same way, even for agents also, it's going to work in the same order. Even for your agents, your AI agents which are there, right? So it will allow all your AI agents, okay, to connect with them, to request any data or to ask to do something, any activity. All this is being done with the help of the API. How software applications they talk to each other using the API, the same concept is applicable even for the agents. When you have multiple agents, or if your agents want to connect to any of the external software application, it is all being done through the API. API only will enable us in order for us to communicate and then take it further. Okay. So to make it very simple, I know that some of you would have already got an idea of whatever I've explained to you right now, but just to make it much simpler and much easier to understand, imagine API is like a waiter in a restaurant. Like you went to a restaurant. In a restaurant, you will see that there are so many waiters who are going to be present, right? Imagine them as an API. So you as a customer, right, when you enter into the restaurant, right, you don't go into the kitchen, right? You don't go into the kitchen and then you order your food, right? You just sit at your restaurant and then you give your order to the waiter. The waiter will give the order to the kitchen. And then the kitchen will prepare it and will hand it over to the waiter. And then the waiter is going to bring it back to you, right? Same in the technology world, what will happen is you are the agent. Okay. Waiter is an API. Kitchen is a server, right? Food is the data. That's it. Okay, that is how you have to correlate it so that it will be easier for all of us to understand it. Okay, so the example, whatever I mentioned here, right? Like as I'm saying, so if you see, like here, when you go to the restaurant, as you are the main customer here, so you are the agent in this scenario. Okay, and then the waiter is not doing anything. Waiter is just taking the order from you rather than you going to the kitchen and giving the order. So waiter is coming to you, getting the order, and then informing to the respective kitchen. So waiter here is like an API. API is like a medium which will connect between you and then the kitchen. Okay. And then what is kitchen? Kitchen is the main source because that's where the food is all getting prepared. So kitchen is like a server because from the server only we will fetch all the details. Correct. And then finally the food, right? Finally, we have the food that is nothing but that's your data, or I would say here as an action. Okay. That's your food. Okay. Ultimately, when you consider here in this case the food, right? The food here is nothing but it's your data or the action because that's ultimately main thing, right? As a food. So this is how you have to consider it. Like as I said, you right, API is like a waiter in the restaurant. Like you as a customer, I mean, you enter into the restaurant, but you don't go to the kitchen, right, to get your food. Okay, so you give your order to the waiter. The waiter is going to give your order to the kitchen, and then the kitchen is going to prepare it and then hand it over to the waiter ultimately, right? That's when the waiter is going to bring it back to you ultimately, the food. Okay, so that's the main thing. So ultimately, how agent uses APIs? Agent will always use API. Why agent need API? Okay, agent actually need APIs. You know why? Because first of all, to fetch any data, let's say there is a data in one platform. Imagine there is one software platform where the data is already present. Now your agent cannot go and directly pick the data from that external source because from the day one I'm saying today, if you talk about artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, generative AI, or agentic AI, anything which you talk about, right? At the end of the day, all this is successful if your data is there. So for an agent also, your data is mandatory. Without the data, it will not understand how to handle the things appropriately. So whatever your agent is there, right? Your agent will start utilizing the APIs in order to fetch the data from the system, from wherever it is, like whatever system it is, some external system. So from there, first your API will be very much helpful in agent to fetch the data from the system. Okay, that is very, very important. 80% weightage is given to this one. So your data, if it is available in any of the external source, your agentic API, that is in the agent, whatever API is there, so we will be able to use this, or maybe we will use the external data wherever it is present. We'll try to use that API and we'll try to connect to it so that we can fetch the data from the system without any difficulties or constraints. Okay, and then if you want to interact, right, if your agent really want to interact with any third party systems and all, right, if you really want to do, then also it's going to be helpful. Like whenever you want to go ahead and interact with any of the third party services, then also you need agent APIs, okay, where it will be beneficial for all of us to go ahead and then interact with the third party, right? So that's the overall thing which we all should be here aware of. Okay, that's the world of the API. So definitely we are dependent on APIs even in the world of the AI agents. Okay. Now let's take a real example. Let's say imagine you are building some travel assistant agent, like let's say Make My Trip. Okay, you are building a Make My Trip bot, and when a user says, find me the cheapest flights from Delhi to Mumbai on Friday, like for an example. Okay. Now what the agent will do, agent okay, agent will understand that the user wants to search the flights, so it will go and will call the flight search API with source Delhi, destination Mumbai, and then the date is Friday. So API will respond with all the available flights and prices on that day, and then agent will display you that info to the user. So what will happen, say when you open any of the travel portal, you see the flights being from Indigo or from the Air India or from the Akasa Air. There are so many services available, right? Different airline providers are going to provide different services. Now, what you do, your API will go through all those different airlines. It will connect because airline will have their own application, right? You are creating a common application so that all the airlines you can see in one single space. So your API within that Make My Trip bot will go and will try to get all the details and it will be able to provide it to you. How this is all happening? It is because of the API. Okay, so your API will respond with all the available flights based on the filter criteria, whatever you have been able to provide. That is your source, your destination, and then the date. Okay, so that's the idea which we all should be here aware about, and then proceed further in order to move ahead. Okay, so that's the plan which you which we all should here be able to understand. Okay, so that's the core thing. And then like why APIs are useful for agents. First of all, see, let's say imagine there is a world of no API. Okay, so here in this case, imagine there is like for an example, like there is no API world. Okay, just for a minute, just think of it. Okay, there is no world of API. Then how it will happen? Every time you want to interact with data, you have to build your own data, right? Every time you want to interact with any of the flight services, you only have to create your own database and then fetch everything, which is costly and it would take a lot of time. Third thing is, imagine the example which I said. Imagine there is no waiter who is an API. Then you only have to go to kitchen. You yourself have to order the food, bring the food, and then you have to eat, which is again a problematic. I mean, it's not something cannot be possible. It can be possible without the world of API, but the problem is it will take away a lot of time and it is unnecessary, right? Imagine in the world where already there are some applications, why can't I be able to go ahead and utilize it, right? So I can be able to go ahead and can just be able to fetch whatever the related information we want, and then we can be able to utilize it like whatever we basically intend to handle it, right? Let's say when you talk about the world of the API, right? So what is going to happen in the API world? So if you have the API, what is the benefit is if there is anything externally already available, why to build it again? Let's say the best example is Google has developed the Google Maps. They have their own satellites and they have created such a great app. Now, me creating that application will be not that great. Imagine Apple is having their own maps, but it is still not popular. Everyone still today prefer Google only. because of its user friendliness, and it really has a vast amount of data associated with it. Right? So when already Google has developed it, and when I know that I cannot be able to make up such a huge application because it will take a lot of time, it will be able to involve a lot of cost, a lot of infrastructure. So I will say, hey Google, I will use your Google Maps. I'm creating my own application called as a Uber. So whenever my ride starts, I will try to connect to you. Okay, you only have to give me the map, and that I will communicate through API. For every API request, whatever I'm doing, I'll pay it for. Then that is the business deal they are going to make it. Like for every API call, maybe they will pay like $1 or 0.1. That is again the business, which we don't need to bother about at this point of time. But this is how the business actually occurs. Okay, that is how small companies they develop, and they say that we give you service. For every API call you do it, you have to pay this much amount of money. So monthly you will charge, or yearly you will charge, or quarterly you will charge. That's again up to the business side. So today, why APIs are very useful for agents? They are very useful for agents because it's going to first save the time, right? So no need to build everything from the scratch. Okay, it is saving time because you don't need to build everything from the scratch when already things are being present. So let us go with the same approach. Okay. And the second thing here is it's going to help us out to connect the real world data. Okay. So obviously, when external applications are there, when they have the real world data, right? Like it may be weather data or news data or maps or payments, like payments also. That's another best example. Like when you pay, right? You have some external gateways like Razorpay, BillDesk. Those are also all APIs only. They have been connected through API. You'll connect to their application, you do the payment, and then you come back. Okay. That's how you are going to connect all your real world data, like it may be your weather data or a news or a maps or a payment. All these things are going to happen. Okay. So, I mean, that's one of the advantage, like why we need API as a useful resource for the agents. Okay. And then it also makes your agent really smarter, right? When you have the real-time data coming from external sources through API, right? Your agent is going to be smarter and as well as very much useful because you have all the real-time data available with you, which are fetching it from other external sources using the API here as a medium. That's how your APIs are considered to be very useful for agents, okay, where you are going to save your time, okay, where you don't need to build everything from the scratch, and you can connect all your real world data, like all your weather data, news, maps, payments, etc. And you can also make your agents really smarter and as well as more useful at the end of the day. Okay, that is how your agents are going to play a very important role by using the API. So this is the world of API, which we here call it as the application programming interface. And on the other side of the world, you have something called as the webhook. We understood what is API, and I would say most of the times, like more than 90% of the times, it is always API which we are going to prefer to go ahead with because that is how the standardized world works with. It's all about your API. Now, moving to the other side of the world, which is webhook. Webhook is also great, but I would say webhook is basically, I mean, it's good. Let's try to understand what is webhook also so that you'll have a clarity. And whenever the scenario comes, you can use it at all. Okay, but at least you should be knowing what is webhook. So let me talk about the webhook also. Okay. So let's understand what is webhook. Like as we got to know API, right? See, webhook means it's a way of a server to automatically notify your agent when something important happens. So instead of asking your agent again and again, you just wait for a message. Imagine like a notification, right? You are being given one task. So you will be able to go ahead and do the task. Now somebody comes and asks you, is it completed? Is it completed? Is it completed? Continuously, you get irritated, right? You will say, hey boss, once it is done, I will notify you. Same thing webhook also works. So webhook is nothing but it's like it will be there in the server. Okay, in the server, it will go ahead and it is going to automatically notify. Okay, it will automatically go ahead and will notify your agent. That's it. when something important happens, right, it will simply notify. So instead of asking again and again, you just wait for a message. Imagine you have ordered a pizza. Okay, now you place an order. After you place an order, you don't call every 5 minutes to ask, right, is it ready or not? So the pizza shop will call you once it's done. So in the tech world here, when you talk about the technological world, right, so you here are the agent who has ordered the pizza, and then there is a pizza store. Okay, that's like your let's say external system, like where we are dependent upon. Okay, and then we have the phone call. Okay, where we have done the call, right? That is your webhook notification, because through phone call only we are getting to know whether our order is ready or not. Okay, so you see that this is how it is basically going to work. So here you are going to act like you as your agent, and then you have your pizza store as an external system, and then your phone call here will act like a webhook notification. Okay, so ultimately, what is happening here is, like, I'm just giving you an idea or the analogy. See, API is like communicating. That means you use the API to fetch some external sources of data from the other sources. Okay, webhook says, like, I will notify you when something important happens within your system. So let's say you have given a task to your AI agent, and if your AI agent is integrated with the webhook, so it will notify you. That agent will come and say you, hey boss, whatever activity or a task you have been able to give me, that is been completed successfully. It is going to let us know. So here webhook means it's a server where it will automatically notify the agent, and here you are the agent. Okay, and then let's say you are ordering a pizza, so you place an order. You don't call every 5 minutes to ask, right, like, is it ready or not? So you are going to wait until the pizza shop is going to call you and say that it's done. So as I said, in the technological world or in the technical world, if I say you here are the agent, pizza shop is an external system, and then your phone call is your webhook notification. Okay, so that's the main thing. No, but how agents use the webhook? That's the thing. Okay, how agents, how they are going to internally use the webhooks is something which we should be knowing about. So I'll just explain to you how agents are going to use this webhook. See, agents basically, okay, they wait for a notification. Okay, whatever agents are there, agents are actually going to wait for a notification. Okay, so that they can be able to act on something. Okay, so for an example, let's take an example because that will give you better clarity in the real time. Okay, let's say we are working on a payment system. Okay, so as you know, most of you would have gone through the payment system, right? So let's say when a user, right, when a user is clicking on the pay button, so let's say user goes and clicks on the pay button. Okay, so then what will your agent to do once the user clicks on the pay button, right? Your agent will trigger a payment, right? Your agent is going to trigger a payment via your Razor Pay API. Let's say, for an example, okay, using the Razor Pay. Razor Pay is a different company. So when you want to pay, you can just agent will trigger a payment. That means API call will be done to your Razor Pay company, and then your agent, okay, your agent, whatever you have created, right? Your agent doesn't pay, okay, or doesn't check. I would say your agent will not doesn't check if payment is done or not. It will not check. Okay, so now it will be a little confusing. Why my agent will not check? I'll give you the clarity. So when the user clicks on the pay button, agent will immediately trigger a Razor Pay API will be called, and the Razor Pay interface will come to all of you. And then it will ask you to either you want to pay through UPI, or maybe either you want to pay through your let's say any of the card and all. So I mean, these things will come, but agent will not keep checking whether if a payment is done or not. Instead what will happen here is basically your Razor Pay will send a webhook. Whatever the Razor Pay which we have here, your Razor Pay is going to ultimately send a webhook over here, okay, to your agent. So Razor Pay will send a webhook to your agent, ultimately saying that the payment whatever you have done got succeeded. Okay, the payment got succeeded. So Razorpay will send a webhook. Webhook means it's a notification to your agent. Okay, saying that payment has been succeeded, whatever payment you have done. Then what your agent will do, your agent will understand, okay, payment is successful. So then now your agent will go ahead and your agent is going to basically update first your database. Okay, your agent is first going to update the database and then it is going to send the confirmation email. Okay, and then it will notify the user. Okay, ultimately it will be able to go ahead and notify the user. So this is the clarity which every one of you should be here aware of. Okay, so if you see in this case very clearly what is happening, this is a webhook world. This is the world of webhook. Like what happened, I have just given you one of the examples over here in this case very clearly, like where in this scenario if you see. Okay, so what exactly here is a webhook? Like as I say, in a very simple manner, your webhook is nothing but it's again a way for your server to automatically notify whether your agent is going in a right way or not. Right, that's what it's going to let us know. Instead of asking again and again, you just wait for a message and it will be able to go ahead and do for us some great things. As I said, imagine you're ordering a pizza. Okay, you place an order and you don't call every 5 minutes to ask like, is it ready or not? So your pizza shop will call you once it is done. So here, as I said, you are going to act like an agent over here. Pizza store will be an external system and the phone call is going to be your webhook notification. Okay. So now how agents are using the webhooks here? Agents are going to wait for a notification so that you can be able to act on something important here. So for an example, if you see here, you have the payment system. Okay, where the user is going to click on the pay button and then the agent will trigger a payment via the Razorpay API. And agent will not keep checking whether if the payment is done or not. Instead, your Razorpay sends a webhook to your agent saying that the payment has been succeeded. Then your agent will update the database in its own database. It will send a confirmation email to the user and then it will also notify the user that, hey boss, whatever payment you have done has been succeeded. If it fails, then also it's the same process. Let's say if it fails, then also you will have your webhook and it will notify and then you will be able to see the results of it. Okay. I mean, that's the overall clarity which we all should be here aware of. And finally, what is the difference between API and the webhook? Right? Maybe right now you would all have been confused or maybe you know both the things, but let's make it very clear between what is API and then what is the webhook. Okay. So in the API world, who will initiate it? 1 minute, please. Okay. So in the world of API, right, everything is driven by agent only. Agent only will use the API and will collect all the related information, whatever it needs. Okay. The agent will directly use the external APIs. Whereas webhook, it is been there in the server. It will be there in the server. So within the server, you will have the webhooks present. Okay, where they will notify and then the server will get to know, okay, that something has been done successfully or something has been rejected. Okay, and then so who uses the API here? It is agent. Why they do it? So agent use the API to ask for the data. So if if the agent doesn't have the enough data or if it does not have a data at all, your agent will use the API to ask for the data. Okay, whereas on the other side you see webhook, right? Server will send the data when it is ready. Okay, here the server is going to send the data when it is ready. So as I said you, right, so your Razorpay will be able to go ahead and do the payment, and once the payment is successful, your Razorpay only will come and try to let you know that the payment is done successfully. So that is server is going to send you the data when it is ready. Okay, and then the how you are using the API in the agent. Let's say I want to get the latest flight prices. So it will use the API from all the airlines and it will give me the latest flight price. Right? I'll use API. It will go to all the airlines and it will get all the latest flight prices and will be able to show me.
Okay, now here Webhook will not fetch any details like API, how it is doing, it is fetching all the latest flight prices and it is letting us know, right? But whereas Webhook will not do that. Webhook will ensure that it is going to help us out in order to notify whenever the payment succeeds. Okay, so it will simply go ahead and will notify whenever the payment is going to succeed, right? So your webhook will help us out in such a way that it will get us notified whenever the payment is going to succeed. It's only for notification purpose, nothing else. Okay, so these are the like differences which you should be knowing about. So API is always needed for additional information, or if there is no information at all in your AI agent, use your API to get that data. It will be helpful only for fetching the external data into your agent so that you can use it in a very clear and in a very better manner. Okay, on the other side, in the world of webhook, right, you have the server side where the server is meant only to notify us. Let's say any important activity or any important job is completed, your webhook will be able to go ahead, will try to notify us so that we can be able to see all the related information whatever we. That's how the world of webhook is actually going to. Okay? So that's the overall clarity which we should be here aware about when we differentiate here the world of API and then the web. Okay. So these are the two important things which all of us here should be aware about in order for us to proceed further. Okay. So that's the core clarity which I just want to make it very clear to all of you. So this is how API and webhook plays a very, very important role for your AI agents to communicate. Why am I explaining this thing to you here right now is you should be knowing, because this is what we will be doing right now in the demo. And even in Monday's session also, we will be able to do one demo where we will use API and webhook and we will try to connect and fetch all the related information, whatever we wanted. Okay. So that's the main clarity which we should all be here aware about. Okay. So just want to give you that clarity. So where we have the world of API and then the web. Now take 2 minutes. Let me know if there are any questions from anybody. Whatever we have discussed about the AI agents, API, and then the webhook, right? So let me know if there are any questions specifically. Okay. So yeah, just have a look and feel free to ask me any questions. I'll give you 2 minutes to go through these concepts. After this, if there are any questions, I'll try to answer them. If there are no questions, we will move on to the hands-on activity using the Google Dialog flow. We will see how to create an AI agent without using a coding part. No coding AI agent. Okay. So complete, and then we will proceed further to. I'll give you 2 minutes to think through and ask me if there are any questions specifically from anybody to go ahead and ask. Am I audible, everyone? Would you all able to hear me right now? I think there was a small glitch in the net. I hope you all have completed the task, whatever I was able to provide it to you. Yes? Okay, perfect. So now let's proceed further with the other part. Okay, so okay, so perfect. So let's move on. Like as we are done with this part, right? The API and the webhook part is already completed as part of our previous discussion. Now let's move on to the Google Dialog Flow. Okay, let's move on to the Google Dialog Flow and understand that how we can create an AI agent using the no code. Okay, so that's the next practice what we are going to implement and do it right now. So to do this, what you all have to do is you can quickly move to the Google Dialog Flow. I'll give you the URL. Okay, so this is the URL where everyone can be able to log in. You just need to provide your Gmail account. That's it. Okay, you just need to go ahead and provide your Gmail account. So it will ask you once to provide your Gmail account. It's free of cost. You don't need to pay even a single rupee. So I just shared the screen. The moment you enter into the Google Dialog Flow, it will show you something like this, the Dialog Flow Essentials. Okay, it will show you something like this, Dialog Flow Essentials. So what you need to do is whatever the URL I was able to go ahead and provide it to you, you just need to take that respective URL. Okay, and then once you enter into any of your browser, it will ask you to log in. So first time you can log in using your Gmail account and it's totally free of cost. Okay, you don't need to pay even a single rupee to access it. It's totally free where we can be able to go ahead and can utilize it. Okay, so that's the first and foremost thing which I just want to make it very clear to all of you here. Okay, so let's try to understand, okay, like how we can develop this. But before we go ahead and develop, so I would request every one of you to enter into the Google Dialog Flow. Just try to log in with your Gmail account, and after that don't do anything. I will explain to you how to create an AI agent using the Google Dialog Flow Essentials. But first I would request every one of you to please complete it till here, everybody. Okay, just enter into the Google Dialog Flow, whatever the URL I have provided to you, just enter into it, provide your credentials, right? Just go ahead, provide your credentials there, like just your Gmail account. And then once you are enter into it, right, you will see that the Dialog Flow Essentials will be there. And once it is done, let me know in the chat so that I will be able to take you further to the next part. Quickly, I'll give you 2 minutes. Enter into the Google Dialog Flow and let me know in the chat, everyone. Is it done, everybody? Okay, I see in the chat almost all of you are done with it till here successfully. Excellent. Okay. I see most of you are ready till here. I want everybody to be up to here. Then we can start creating our own AI agents and we will see how to integrate this across different platforms. Yeah, the people who are not able to put it in the main chat box, that's still fine. You can be able to go ahead and can put it in the private chat. That's absolutely fine. Okay. So just go to the Google Dialogflow, whatever the URL I shared, just please go into it and make sure that you try to open the Google Dialogflow. And once you open, it will ask you your Gmail account. Just provide your Gmail account and that's it. You'll be entered into the Google Dialogflow. Okay. So now let me proceed further and give you the idea like what we are going to develop and how it is going to play an important role. So we are going to create an bot. Okay. That is nothing but an AI agent. So what is that the AI agent we are going to create? I'm just going to give you that idea here. Okay. So here in this case, we are going to create a virtual. Okay. So what we are going to create here is that is your virtual education assistant. Okay. So we are going to create a virtual education assistant using the Google Dialogflow. Okay. So this is what we are going to create right now. So this is the like if you observe over here very clearly. So this is going to be our virtual education assistant using the Dialogflow. And main objective is like we want to create a chatbot or an agent using the Google Dialogflow where it can assist the students by answering any common educational queries about artificial intelligence. Students who have any questions about AI or anything associated with the AI world, they should be able to get all the answers from this chatbot or the agent, which we are going to create it using the Google Dialogflow, everybody. Okay, so that's the main plan or the idea what we are going to fetch right now. Okay, so again, the background here I want to let you know is like, traditional websites, right? They often provide very static responses. Like let's say they will have some standard frequently asked questions. So you will get answers from there. But if it is not there, then again, you have to like follow up. But here what we will do, we are going to create such a bot, okay, where it is going to be very interactive, very much engaging, where we can interact with the students, right? And faculty members can also enhance the student engagement by creating some dialogue flows where at any point of time they don't need to ask any faculty, they can interact with this AI agent and it can be able to give them some great responses. Okay, and Dialogflow, whatever we are using currently, the tool, that is totally free of cost, which is a good thing. It's a free tool which is provided by the Google itself. Okay, so it's a very good natural language processing where faculty can quickly create some intelligent assistant, like where it can understand all the queries, it can respond to those queries whatever the students are going to ask, and then it will be very quick in answering it. It will not take a lot of time. Okay, so right now let's go ahead and create an educational assistant bot, okay, where it will help the students to to clear all the basic questions with regards to AI course, where it can help them out by asking whatever questions they want, they can be able to go ahead and ask, and we will be able to go ahead and respond to it. So the very first step, so in order to develop this in the Google Dialogflow, as most of you are already in the Google Dialogflow, right? The very first step, what we need to do is first we need to create the agent. Again, do not try to do right now parallelly with me, everybody. I'll give you enough time to go ahead and do this activity. Okay. So don't try to do parallelly with me at any point of time. First understand whatever I'm explaining, then I will give you the chance where you can also go ahead and create the agent on your own. Okay. So the first job, what I'm going to do here is I need to create an agent. That's the first step. The first step is I need to know how to create an agent. Then later that whatever I want to do within that agent, we will be able to explore that. But the very first step is how to create the agent. So what I'm going to do here towards the left hand side, I have an option. When I click on the drop down here, there is an option to create a new agent. Okay. Towards the left hand side, the moment the Dialogflow is up and running, right? Towards the left hand side, there is something called as loading agents. You can click on it and you see that there is an option here to create a new agent. So you can click on create a new agent here and you can provide your agent name. Like whatever the agent name we want, we can highlight that here. I will just say here edu bot. You can take any name, that's up to you. But remember one thing, you should not put any spacing. Space is not allowed. For an example, I remove this. I'll put edu space bot. Immediately it will throw an error. It will not allow you to create the agent because your agent cannot have any white spaces. Okay, that means no spacing at all. So I'm just putting edu underscore bot. So I just want to take this as an educational bot. So I'm just putting it as a very smaller name. My agent name is going to be edu underscore bot. But again, it's up to you. Whatever agent name you want to mention, that's also your wish. Okay, and remaining things you can ignore it. Like you see here, the default language is English. Let it be as it is. Time zone, let it be Asia time zone. Okay, Google project, ignore it. You don't need to select any Google project. There is set as mega agent. You can disable it. Mega agent means it's a very huge agent what we are developing. That's not needed for our demo purpose. Okay, set as mega agent means, let's say your agent will be spread across multiple locations, multiple regions. It's a very big agent where there is a lot of cost involved in it. Same process, but just you have to enable it as a mega agent. That means it's a huge agent, whatever we are building it. That's it. But otherwise, this is fine. Like just provide the agent name, whatever you want. Let the default parameters be as it is, whatever is available here, and then just click on the create button. Okay, so right now you see that the agent is getting created over here. So it's working currently. Okay, so let us just give less than a minute. You will see that the agent is gonna be created. So it's currently, you see the status is working. Now it is done. You see that my agent is being created successfully. So let me click on it. So here, where is my agent? Okay, let's see, view all agents. Okay, so let me reload this one once, the Google dialog flow, and then let's check it out, whether if the agents are available or not. Okay, you see that my agent is created. Let's say if your agent by mistake is not being visible, just reload or refresh it once. If it is available and if it is visible, great. But for me, it was not visible, the agent which I created. So what I did, I just have reloaded it. And then here there is an option. If you click on it, you have an option to view all your agents, whatever you were been able to create it. Okay. So now what did I create? I created edu underscore bot. This is what I created it, correct? So I'm already currently in that agency here. My agent name is edu underscore bot. This is my agent where I am present. Okay. And now you see that towards the left hand side, right, there is an option to create an intent. Okay, here intents. If it is not visible, you can click on the intents over here. You see that there is an intents and you can create an intent here. First of all, before you create an intent, let me say you what is an intent actually. Intent means it's a training data. Okay, here we are going to represent what question the user might ask. So we'll put those questions and we will also train this agent like, hey, these are the questions. And then to this, the associated answer also we will provide it. So for an example, in a very simple way, if I say creating an intent means it's like representing a question over here, which the user might go ahead and ask. So to that particular question, you will see the related responses may be able to come up. Okay. So you have an option here to create an intent. Let me just go ahead and click on the create intent button. So you see that there is a create intent. The moment I click on create intent, right, first thing what you need to focus upon is training phrases. Ignore everything. Add the training phrases. This is very, very important because this is where we are going to say to our agent that any user may ask any type of a question. So we are training the agent here. Let's click on add the training phrases. So I will say, for an example, somebody may go and ask like, what is AI? Okay, this can be one question. So I added it. Then someone may ask define artificial intelligence. So you can put all the possibilities here. Okay. So define artificial intelligence. Okay. So this can be one question. So you can put different types of questions which the user may ask, the probabilities. The probability of different questions which the user may ask you can put that here. But now in the training phrases, it will take the keywords only. It will take only the keywords like AI. If anybody asks related to AI, it will answer. Anybody asks related to artificial intelligence, they may ask you like, instead of saying what is AI, they can say that, like, let's say, how is AI? Okay, or I want to learn AI. Anything, if they say anything related to AI and artificial intelligence, it will answer, because it will only take the keywords. Even though you put the question, but if the keywords only, it will emphasize like AI, artificial intelligence. That's it. That is how you can provide here the training phrases, where your agent will understand, okay, these are the different types of questions which the user may ask me. And what should there be the response I have to provide? Scroll down. Here there is a responses. Click on add response button. And here is where I will respond saying that AI is, I'll just answer it. Okay. So AI is the simulation of human intelligence, right? So you can say that your AI here is a simulation of human intelligence by machines. Okay. So you can say something like this. So what will happen is you can put only one response. That's sufficient. Okay. That means any user who asks define artificial intelligence, the response is going to be the same. Anybody who's going to ask what is AI, the response is going to remain the same. Okay. So in the intent, you are going to provide different types of questions in the training phrases. And then once you scroll down, there is a response. Okay. So in the responses here, right, you see that in this scenario, there is a response which is being provided over here. Okay. Where you see that it says AI is the simulation of human intelligence by machines. Okay. This is another response which is being provided to all of us. Okay. Now same response for all the questions. Now what I will do, I will provide the name for my intent, right? I definitely have to provide some name. So I will say, what is AI? Okay. You can provide whatever name you want. That's up to you. Intent name is up to you. Whatever the name you want, you can provide that as your intent name. And here I have provided my training phrases, and then I have provided the response. Now what I will do, I will save this button. Here there is a save. And then once it is saved, you have to click on done also. You have to click on save. After save, you have to click on the done button. Now you see towards the right hand side here, it says try it now. Okay, this is an interface. Let's say I will say, what is AI? Okay, and let me ask the question. See, it's giving you the answer. AI is the simulation of human intelligence by machines. Okay, now let's say define AI. Let's see what it is going to do. Okay. See, AI is a simulation. See, I did not ask the same question. Define artificial intelligence, I did not say. Define AI, I said. Still, it was not able to go ahead and understand it. Okay. I will say, tell me about the, okay, let's say, tell me about the AI world. Okay. Let's say something like this. Okay, see, it was not able to detect because everything was different altogether. Now I will say define artificial intelligence. Okay, and then say enter. You see that it's giving the response. So based on whatever the training phrases you have provided and the keywords, it will be, you can just go ahead and ask here and it will be able to give you the response. So what did we do, everyone? I'll repeat it one more time and then I'll give you all the chance to go ahead and do this. First step is you have to click on here, say create a new agent. Provide just whatever the agent name you want. That's up to you, but make sure that agent is not having any space between them. If there is a space, it will not allow you. Okay, don't put any spaces. Just provide agent name, whatever you want here, and then click on the create button. So the moment you go ahead and create, your agent will be created. You don't need to provide any additional or extra parameters over here. So once your agent is being created here successfully, right, then you have to click on the intents button, right? So you will be having the intent over here. In the intents, you have to create a new intent. So let's say you just click on create an intent, provide intent name, whatever you want, go to the training phrases, ask some questions, and then the response here at the bottom, you give the response, and then you click on the save button and then say done. After that, here try it now option is there, right? Keep asking the questions, and here you will be seeing the responses being popping out. So this is the first step which you all need to do as part of the intent, which everyone of you need to go ahead and do this. So what I will do is I will share you these details, like what are the questions. I mean, you can put your own questions. That is absolutely fine. Okay, you can put your own questions, whatever you want. So what I will do here is I will quickly go to the intent, what I created, what is AI. I'll just put the questions in the chat. Okay, if anybody is interested, you can take the same thing instead of repeating it again and again. Or maybe if you want a different set, that is also fine. You can put define artificial intelligence. These questions, you can put it in the training phrases. And then at the bottom, you have the response here. Okay, you can take this and add it over here as a response. So first two are related to your training phrases. Bottom one is related to your text response. Okay, you can just be able to go ahead, provide those details, and then click on the save button and then say done. And in the try it now, you ask the question whatever you provided in the training phrase, and it should be able to go ahead and give you the response. I'll give you 3 to 4 minutes of time. I'm going to give you 3 to 4 minutes of time to do this activity, everyone. Please complete this activity and do let me know once you're done. Then I will show you the next part, what we need to do here. Okay, complete this very quickly and then let me know over the chat once you're done with this part, everyone. Yes, Siddiqui. You can do the same for your courses also. Yes, that can be done. Okay, just you have to keep creating as many agents as you want based on case study to case study. Okay. Yeah, I will explain, Chintan. Just let's complete up this part and then I will explain. So we have that integration also. Just give me some couple of minutes until everybody completes. Then I will say you how it can be integrated. Okay. Yeah, go ahead, everyone. Complete this part and do let me know. Then I will explain to you what next we need to go ahead and do it. Is it done, everyone? You're all be able to go ahead and create the intent and then the agent. You can see the answer from here. Okay. So there is an option here. Try it now. Ask the question towards the extreme right hand side. Right. If you see here, towards the extreme right hand side, there is an option called as a try it now. Here is where you need to put your question. So you ask your question here, and then it will go ahead, take your question, whatever you provided in the training phrase, and it will be able to give you the answer over here, the default response, whatever you provided it. Okay. Yeah, very limited companies are using Webhook, Ramya. Okay, so maybe JP Morgan and Chase, okay, Morgan Stanley, they are using the Webhook currently. They are the only companies. Use, you will get to know once you'll get, just give me some time, you'll get to know what is the user. Okay. So we are creating the educational bot where any student can come and ask any question here. So we are creating an agent with the training phrases and the responses so that 24/7 this agent is going to work. Any student can come and ask the question here in the try it now, and it will be able to give them the response. So they don't need to depend on any faculty 24/7 if they need any explanation or any question, like any answer associated to a particular question. They can simply go to the agent and can ask the question here in the try it now, and it will be able to give the responses. In that way, it wouldn't create any disturbances, and this educational agent will be 24/7 like on support for all the users who actually wanted it. Okay, I'm hoping that you all are done with this part. Now I'm taking you all further to the next part. I'm going to create another intent now. For in the same agent, let me try to create another intent over here. Let's go to intents. Okay, let me create it. One more intent. See, I created what is AI is one intent. Now let me go and create another intent here. Let's say I'll create another intent. Now I'm going to provide my intent name here as, what can I do? Okay, I'll put here types of AI agents. Okay, I will provide my intent name as types of AI agents right now. So let's say in the training phrases, okay, in the training phrases, I will say types of AI agents. Okay, I will just say here types of AI agents, and then the second one, what can I take? Another one, what are the types of AI agents? I'll change the question. Next one is, what are the types of AI agents? Okay. So you have 1 minute. This is types of AI agents, and then we have what are the types of AI agents. Okay, so this is done. One is types of AI agents, another one is what are the types of AI agents. And now I want to provide the response. I will say that there are 4 types of AI agents, right? So that's what we learned over here. There are 4 types of AI agents, like basically one here is your reactive agent, right? Which we learned all of us. So here in this case, I would just say one is your reactive agent, and then another one is your goal-based agent, right? So we have the next one here is the goal-based agent, and then later we also have the utility-based agent, right? That is another one which we learned about, utility-based agent. And then we also have here the learning-based agent, right? So that is another one which we learned. Okay. So there are totally 4 types of AI agents, and I have provided that response over here. Okay. So I've taken the response and I've added it here, and these are my 2 questions: types of AI agents and what are the types of AI agents. And I've provided the intent name here as types of AI agents. And then I can here click on the save button. So this is going to work right now. And then let me click on the done button. Okay. Now it is got saved here. Now again, I will go towards the right hand side. Okay, so if you see here towards the right hand side, there is an option called as a try it now. So here is where I will ask, okay, I can ask the question like, what are the types of AI agents? Okay, so let's see what it is going to respond to us, and click on enter. Okay, so what it did is it just took only one. That is reactive agent. So what we can do here, so okay, it took everything as separate. Okay, you see that? So what I will do here is I'm just gonna delete all of them. Okay, and instead I would just put it in one line. Okay, so reactive, and I can say utility, and I can just say here goal, and then I will say learning based agents. Okay, so when you change something, you just need to click on here the save button. Okay, so I just was able to save and then click on done, and I will repeat the same question again here, like what are the types of AI agents? Click on it. Okay, so this also is a separate one. So what I will do is I'll just ignore this one also. So I'll just say there are four types of AI agents. That is nothing but here reactive, and then everything is a single line. That's the reason. Okay, goal based agent, and then what is the next one we have is the utility, right? Utility based agent, and then finally we have the learning based agent. Okay, so let us again save this one and then click on the done button, and let's repeat the question here one more time, like what are the types of AI agents? Let's click on it. Now you see that it is giving the responses to you. There are four types of AI agents: reactive, goal based, utility based, learning based agent. Okay, so previously why it was not giving exact response was here every, like when I was trying to put up, right, every line is a different line. So it is only taking one line in order to give you the response. For next question, you have to provide the response in another line. So that is the reason. Okay, so you need to put the response like this, and then here are the two questions. You can also put in the questions in whatever way you wanted it in the intent. I am explaining to you just the approach. Rest is up to you how well you can be able to go ahead and add the questions and then the responses associated with it, and then you click on save and say done. You can just play around here by clicking on try it now option. Okay, so that's how we can be able to play around overall. Just try to go ahead and create one more intent by saying the types of AI agents, and then I'm providing you the questions. Okay, so you can be able to go ahead and ask whatever questions you want, and then you will be also able to see the related response associated with it. Okay, so that's the overall clarity which we all should here be aware about. So let me also put you the questions in the main chat. If you are interested, you can take the same case study, everybody. So let me go ahead and put it over here, the types of AI agents, and then what are the types of AI agents? Those are the two intent training phrases, and then the response I'm trying to provide it right now to all of you. Here is the response which I provided. So anybody who is interested can be able to go ahead and can take up, right? Like what are the different training phrases I provided? You can just take that training phrase, types of AI agents, and what are the types of AI agents, and then the response which I have provided it in the main chat. So please complete this. This is another process like the same thing, but you have created another or additional intent. So I would request every one of you to go ahead and create one more additional intent for all of you. Okay, you can just go ahead, create one more intent on your own, like where we have created first intent, right? Now in the same way you can create another intent, that is your types of AI agents. Okay, and then can keep creating one more intent and let me know once you're done with it. So you have to try it now. Here there is an option called as a try it now, right? Ask your question here and see whether the response is coming appropriately or not. Okay, complete and do let me know, everyone, the second part. Once it is done, acknowledge it in the chat, please. Okay, please complete this and do let me know, everyone. So what you need to intent, provide whatever intent name you want, and then I've given here the expressions, right? In the training phrases, ask whatever question you want. So I've asked you two questions, right? I've given you two questions over here. The first question what you need to ask here is, like, I have been able to give it in the main chat for all of you here, right? So let's say in the main chat I asked types of AI agents. So that can be one training phrase. What are the types of AI agents? That can be another training phrase. Like, let me go to the intents which I created. Types of AI agents. Okay, I gave the name as types of AI agents. These are the two training phrases I provided it, and then I have given the response like this. I kept in the main chat, okay? And then what you need to do, you just need to click on the save button here. The moment you click on the save button here, right, what will happen is once it is saved, go to try it now here. Okay, in the try it now, whatever you have kept in the training phrase, put it here, like types of AI agents or what are the types of AI agents. You just ask the question here, it will be able to give you the responses in this case. Okay, it's going to go ahead and give you the responses appropriately in this scenario. Okay, so that's the clarity which we all here should be aware of. Okay, so please do complete and then do let me know the second intent. Once it is being created successfully, then I will show you how you can integrate this with any of the web application or maybe any of the like let's say a Telegram or a Facebook Messenger or a WhatsApp. We can see that. Okay, so that's the main thing. Like you see that this is how we need to go ahead and create an intent. So please complete and create the second intent, everyone. Once we are done, I am going to explain to all of you that how we can actually be able to like integrate it with any of the websites or any other platforms. So now I hope you all are done till here, like where we were being able to go ahead and create one more intent in this case. Okay. Now what we need to do here is, as we are done till this part, this is all good in the Google dialog flow, which is absolutely great. But the thing is, what we want to do here is we want to take this and now integrate it. See, there is an integrations button here, right? After creating intents, how many ever intents you want, you create it. We created here, let's say how many intents we created? Two. One is the types of AI agents, another one is what is AI. Like this, we created two different types of intents present here, right? Okay, now what is this default welcome intent? Let me click on it. That is default. I mean, you don't need to create anything there. Let's say if somebody asks any random question. Okay, if somebody asks any random question, right, it will respond. Okay, hello, like, hi, how are you doing? How can I help you? What can I do for you today? So any random question, if you ask, it will be able to respond to you in this way. Okay, so that is a random, I mean, default one. You don't need to do anything. And then you have a fallback intent. That is a default fallback intent. Okay, so in the default fallback intent, if you see here, right? So let's say if anybody goes and tries to ask any random question, let's say which is not even present in your training phrase, then it can respond any one from here. So I will try to restrict it. Okay, I'll remove all of them. Why giving the user these many chances that they'll get confused, right? I'll put only one. That is, I will only go with this. Sorry, I didn't get that. Can you rephrase it? Okay, that's only one thing which is sufficient. Remaining, I will ignore everything. Okay, so I can just go ahead and I'll say, sorry, I didn't get that. Can you rephrase? Okay, and just save this. Okay, just click on the save button and then you click on the definition. Okay, just a minute. Yeah, just do this in the default fallback intent. So you would have an intent which is already present, right? Default fallback intent. Okay, this is already an intent which is already available for all of us. So you just need to enter into it, and then you can remove everything and you can just put only this one. Sorry, I didn't get that. Can you rephrase it? And then you can click on the save button. And then after that, go to integrations. Okay, let's go to the integrations button. So anybody who wants to integrate it to the website, you can click on the web demo and then enable this. So you need to copy this and put it in your code. Anybody who wants to integrate this chatbot, okay, anybody who wants to integrate this particular chatbot into their, or this agent into their website, they need to copy this. Okay, just they have to copy this and put it into their website, whatever they are building. Let's say I already have a website. I can create an AI agent using the Google dialog flow. I can go to integrations, and from the integrations here, right, I have a web demo option. So I can click on the web demo and I can say enable. It will enable me the code like this. So I can take this code and can put it in my particular application where I have created my website, right? It will be helpful for me to go ahead and utilize this. So that's the main platform which we all should here be able to consider. Okay, so that's the core idea which I just want to make it very clear to all of you. This is where you can just take your code and can be able to put it wherever you believe it is relevant. This is how the code part will be given, and your agent will be integrated to your existing application, or it may be a new application, whatever you're creating it. Okay, that's how you can be able to integrate it. Okay, and now you can also integrate with Telegram, which is an interesting one. Let me click on Telegram here. But the problem is when I click on Telegram, it will ask me Telegram token. Now that's a challenging thing. From where will I get my Telegram token? That's where we need to be a little bit careful, and we need to understand like from where I can be able to go ahead and can create the Telegram token. So to create the Telegram token, right, I would actually request every one of you to follow the approach appropriately, because if you really want to integrate it with the Telegram, we need to follow the approach very clearly and in a very appropriate manner. So to get the Telegram token, you know what you need to do? First, you have to go to your Telegram. Okay, see, currently I am in my Telegram. So first check in the Telegram, right? In the search, there will be something called as bot father. Okay, you can search for bot father. It's a trusted one. Okay, bot father is a trusted one where you can create the bots in the Telegram itself. See, you see that once you click on bot father, right? Okay, you can just simply say /start. Okay, I will just say start. See, now it has started. Now what do I want to go ahead and create it here? So I want to go ahead. See, it has a lot of things. You can do a lot of great things, but I want to create a new bot. So to create a new bot, I can say /new bot. Okay. So now it will ask me, hey, okay, fine. If you want to create a new bot, then choose a name for your bot. I will say the name of my bot is education bot. Okay, this is my name. Let's see what it is going to. Okay, it says great, excellent. You were able to create a bot. Very good. Now let's choose a username for your bot. Whatever bot you created as an education bot, try to provide a username to that particular bot is what it is asking. So username should be unique in nature, everyone. If the username is not unique, then it will not allow you to create it. And one more thing, it says it must end with bot. The name should end with _bot. Okay. So I will say education, some random number like this, _bot. Okay. Let's see whether it will create or not. Let's say enter. See, wow, it created. Okay, I gave some random name. It says done. Congratulations, you created a new bot. Okay, so but I'll give you a token ID. See here. It says you can use this token ID and then you can leverage it. So what I will do, I will copy this token ID. If you observe over here. Okay, so I have my token ID in this case. So I will be able to take my token ID and put it over here, Telegram token ID, and then I will click on the start button. Okay. See, now it is starting over here for us. Okay. So you see that this is getting started in the process. Now it has already started. Okay. Now let me close. So I'll go to my Telegram once again. Okay. Now it says, hey, okay, done. Congratulations on your new bot. You will find it here. This is my bot, education, whatever the bot we created, right? That's the ID. Let's click on it and then say start. Now you see that. Okay, now you see. Let's say I will say, what is AI? Okay, you'll see. See, AI is a simulation of human intelligence by machines. Whatever you created in the dialog flow, everything is been coming up over here. Okay, now I'll say types of AI agents. Okay, let's see what it is going to do. See, there are 4 types of AI agents: reactive, goal-based, utility-based, learning-based agent. Okay, you see that? It's so nicely, it's coming up. There you may not understand it. But once you integrate with any of the platforms, you will see the magic being behind it. Okay, now I will say, tell me my name, which is a random question which is not there in our training phrase. Let's say, let me click on it. Let's see what it is going. Sorry, I didn't get that. Can you rephrase it? From where is it coming? If you remember, I just have explained to you, right? In the intents, when you go, here you see default to fallback intent. I removed everything and I just kept only this. So any random question you are asking, which is not part of the training phrase, it will just say you, sorry, I didn't get that. Can you rephrase it? This is how you can create an AI agent without even touching a single code. And that's how we were able to go ahead and create an education bot right now. This is how people can now, your students or your faculty, anybody who wants, they can ask any random question and you'll see the responses are coming up. And all of this has been integrated in the Google Dialog flow over here. So what I did, everyone, after you completed creating the intents, go to integrations. Simply go to the integrations button. Within integrations, you have a Telegram. Click on the Telegram button, and then it will ask you the Telegram token. In the Telegram token, what you need to provide here in the Telegram token, we should be able to go and get the token. How will we get the token? Open the Telegram in your system or in the mobile, wherever you want. Okay. And then search for the bot father. Okay. You need to go ahead and search specifically here for the bot father over here. Okay. So when you search here specifically, you are going to see that there is a bot father available. Okay. So here is where you see there is a bot father present. Okay. So once your bot father here is present, just click on bot father and say start, #start. It will start. Then you say like you want to go ahead. Okay, let me go to bot father. So first, what did I say? #start. So the moment I said here start, right, it was able to go ahead and ask me /new bot. Okay, so once you say new bot, it will ask you that please provide me bot name. You provide whatever the bot name you, and then provide a unique user ID. And the user ID should end with the bot here. Provide whatever unique ID you want, you can be able to create it. And then it will, once you create a unique user ID or user bot, that's a unique bot name, here it will give you the token ID. Only this part is your token ID. Take this token ID and put it in the Google dialog flow here. And then click on the start button. It will automatically start on its own. Okay, once it gets started, then here you see there will be the user ID, whatever the bot you created. Just click on that, and then you will see that your education bot will be created like this. And you ask whatever questions or whatever training phrases you were being able to provide it in the Google dialog flow, right? You just ask those questions. It will be able to go ahead and you can just ask whatever question you want, which is available in your training phrase. It will give you the response. If you're asking out of box, which is not even present in your Google dialog flow, right, then it will say you something like, sorry, I didn't get that. Can you rephrase it? This is the overall idea, like how we can create our own AI agent using the Google dialog flow and then integrating it with any of the services like I've shown you in a website. If you want, it will give you the direct ready-made code. You have to take that and put it in your existing application. If not, if you want to integrate it with the Telegram or any other platforms, this is the medium in which you can actually be able to connect. Okay. So that's the overall clarity or the picture which we all should here be aware of. Okay, so hope that this makes sense to all of you. So this is the clarity which I just want to make it very clear to each and every one of you. Okay. So is it clear, everyone? So I hope you all have understood. This is how you should be able to go ahead and can create some great AI agents on your own. Okay. So that's how we need to be able to go ahead and do it. So I explained it one more time, right? I explained to you, all of you, one more time that how it can be achieved so that you all can be able to handle it in a better way. No, that's a bot name is just the name of the bot. User name is nothing but the unique ID for that part. Imagine bot name is like a Google Gmail. Okay. Username is like in the Gmail, you're going to create your user ID, right? That's your @gmail.com. It's like that. Okay. Number of bot user in single bot name. No, you cannot do that. Every bot will be unique in nature. Okay. Every bot is going to be unique in nature. It will be visible if you go here. There is an integrations button. In the integrations, you have to scroll down. In the integration, if you scroll down in the text-based, you have the web demo, which I have already shown to all of you. And then here there is a Telegram. Okay, there will be Telegram in the text-based. You have to scroll down and you will see a Telegram option available. And like this, there are different options also which are present where you can integrate and can be able to utilize it. Okay. So any questions from anybody on this? Yeah, this integration code is directly you have to copy into your website, Chintan. That's it. Whatever in the web demo you see right here, directly you have to copy and put it. Your agent will automatically be integrated. That's how it is, as simple as that. Okay. No, we don't have WhatsApp feature at least as of now available, because WhatsApp gets compromised most of the time, so they're not released yet, Hemant. How to delete the bot? Simply here. See, let's say if I want to delete, I will click on the agent. You have to come to your Google dialog flow, click on it. Okay, so let's say I go to this agent, what I created right now. Okay, so I will click on this. Let's say for an example, just a minute, I'll click on here, view all the agents. Okay, so here, if I click on this settings button, okay, scroll down, there is an option to delete the agent. Okay, so you can delete your agent at any point of time. If you believe that your agent is no more needed, you can delete this agent. So what you need to do, you can go here, say view all agents. There is a small settings button, click on it, and then you can scroll down and there is an option to delete the agent. The moment you delete the agent, even whatever agent you have integrated into Telegram or your website, that also will be removed automatically. That's how we can be able to play around with. Okay. So this is what I want to cover as part of our today's discussion. Monday, again, I will be able to reiterate whatever we have developed today, right? I will explain it one more time by creating another agent. Right now we created education agent. Monday, we will create one more agent, which is a different type of an AI agent. Okay. Once that is created successfully, then I will be able to give you some time where you can also create your own AI agent, and then we will be able to proceed further with different types of AI agents which we are going to create it. Okay, people who were able to do it right now, excellent. People who want to do it later, again, Monday I will create one more agent in the Google dialog flow. Right now we targeted education agent. Monday we will see customer support or any other agent we will try to create, so that you can also be able to create another agent successfully, and we will see how to integrate it with the Telegram. Provided Monday, make sure that if you have Telegram, right, install it in your system. Okay, it will be easier for you to play around and see the output. So yeah, that's it for our today's session, everyone. Thank you once again, everyone, for your time, and keep practicing all of them, because it will be very much helpful for you to create all of them in a better manner. Okay, that's the main idea behind this. Okay, so that's the most important thing. All those recording sessions and all, Shushmita will be able to help. Yeah, you can use also file. That's not a problem. No, it is completely free, Hardik. It's completely free. You don't need to pay anything for that. Okay. Yeah, thank you. Thanks once again, everyone, for your time. And again, we will Monday, we will go ahead and then repeat one more time the same concept with a different bot. We will try to create a different agent and we will integrate it. Okay. Thank you once again, everyone, for your time. Have a great time. And yeah, over to you, Sushmita. Thanks for facilitating.
Yeah, thank you, sir. So as you all know, tomorrow we don't have a session. I mean, Saturday and Sunday we don't have a session. We are meeting again on Monday. So Saturday and Sunday we don't have any sessions. Related to the recordings, which is already uploaded in LMS, you can just go through. Any other questions, dear faculty members? I am ready to answer. I'm just sharing the attendance link once again on the chat. It is just a reminder. Please mark your attendance, as attendance is important to get the certificate. You have to secure 60% or above 60% of attendance. Then only you will receive the certificate. I'll be sharing it once again on the chat. If you are a student, you can join the session for your knowledge purpose, but you will not get the certificate. Hemant, I think you got my answer. As you're asking, I'm a student, is it useful to me? For the knowledge purpose, you can join the session, but you will not get the certificate because this is a faculty development program. Only for the faculties, we will give the certificate. Okay, I hope you all got it. We will wind up for the day. We will meet again on Monday. As I informed, tomorrow and day after tomorrow, we don't have a session. So again, we are meeting on Monday. Okay. Some are asking about the dashboard. I'm just sharing the link on the chat so that you can just log in using your credential, like your mail ID and the password. I will share the LMS dashboard link. Okay, thank you all. Have a great day.